Welcome to the Mundus Fractura Lore Guide. This week on Lore Guide, we will take a look at a strange cultural phenomenon of the domains of Norderland. Today, we look at Brjálaður balls. If one was to take a collectible card game, mix it with a series of temporary magical familiars, or maybe more appropriately weak golems, and package them in a sculpted clay ball, you would get something resembling Brjálaður balls. Invented in the early 14th era by a struggling human potter and novice enchanter, Lady Jess Quinn. Initially, simply created to entertain her children. Brjálaður balls, also called crazy clay, clavitars, and in some seedier circles, simply C, has spread and evolved well beyond the wildest dreams of the good Lady Potter. In the simplest terms, Brjálaður balls are small sculpted fired clay balls from 25 to 76 millimeters in diameter. Each ball is formed to look like a small, stylized, spherical creature, either a natural species or a fantastical imaginary creation, both types collectively known as clavitars. Initially, Lady Jess simply made these objects and hid them all over her home and workshop for her children to find. But the practice proved to be unsustainable, both taking up too much time in her day, but also her 5 children quickly learned where all of the best hiding spots were. Within short order, Jess decided to imbue the Brjálaður with minor enchantments and a basic animation and awareness so that they would both hide themselves and attempt to avoid detection. These enchantments were temporary, designed to wear out over time. This inclusion of magic proved to be a fantastic upgrade for both the Quinn children and Jess. The children loved the challenge of finding and trapping the elusive Brjálaður before they became inert. And for Lady Jess, she was able to keep the children occupied with the same series of baubles for weeks on end, only occasionally needing to re-enchant inert clavitars rather than continuously create new creatures and hide them. It is believed that 100 unique sculpts were initially created, though only 23 of these still exist in the Brjálaður Ball Museum. As the Quinn children matured, their collective interest began to wane. So once more, their mother innovated. She gathered the Brjálaður from her children and created casts of 70 of the original 100, mass-producing varying quantities from these molds. In doing this, she created a tier of rarities. Further, she introduced Brjálaður bonding into her enchantment process, giving her children a chance to nurture, raise, and train each Brjálaður, causing neglected active Brjálaður to both become inactive quicker and for the clay from which they were fabricated from to decay into dust. As a side effect of the revised enchantments, the Quinn children were able to train their Brjálaður with very basic tasks. This greatly evolved the utility of the creatures. The next and final leap in Brjálaður development came with the introduction of special abilities, where not only did each type of clavitar gain special magical powers, but they also were able to acquire new ones, and users could try to adapt the existing powers to new uses. As part of this upgrade, the Brjálaður became able to enhance the player's gameplay. They each were now able to manifest various terrain augmentations, special effects, challenges, and even opponents, all brought into being by the clavitars themselves, from trace amounts of weave channeled through the participating Brjálaður. It should be noted that as with the clavitar's abilities, all enhancements were completely non-lethal to living beings, only posing danger to the participating Brjálaður. Lastly, on the request of her children, Jess created a kind of stasis chamber for balls, a place where the children could safely keep each of their growing collections so they wouldn't degrade from neglect. With this final upgrade, the Quinn children created 6 crazy clay game mode archetypes that have persisted to this day. They are Fortune Trial, Fortune trials can be any non-combative challenge that the contributing ballers all agree to. Challenges could be navigating a maze or obstacle course in a race to the finish, solving riddles or puzzles, fetching small items in a capture-the-flag style competition. Convergence ritual. Players work together with selected Brjálaður to complete a ritual. Success of these cooperative rituals typically result in some type of benefit for participant Brjálaður. Battle binding. A group of players must work together to contain a dangerous magical force that threatens the play space. The game is won if the players and their Brjálaður can collectively hold off the force long enough or dispel it. This is a time-based, escalating difficulty game where communication and planning matter. Weave harmonic. Some Brjálaður are known to be sympathetic or in harmony. Their magic strengthens or weakens based on proximity to other compatible Brjálaður. Players release Brjálaður together to form harmonious magical patterns. The goal is to discover and maintain stable groupings. Some combos permanently enhance the participant Clavitar's abilities, enhance or even create new statistics, repair other Brjálaður, or produce rare enhancements in participant Brjálaður. The Clavitars will glow or shift form when combinations work, and destabilize or disintegrate entirely if the wrong mix is attempted. The game rewards cooperation, experimentation, and memory. Clay Quest, a storytelling-focused game where players summon Brjálaður and collaboratively weave a story. Players take turns releasing their Clavitars into the scenario and narrating how their creature contributes. Success comes from the group crafting a cohesive, entertaining, and mystical tale together. Along the way, some Brjálaður may need to sacrifice themselves or otherwise perish to protect or assist others. The game continues until the story reaches a satisfying conclusion or a goal is achieved. Clay Clash. This is either one-on-one or group combat. Play styles come in 3 types. Funsies, where battles are for bragging rights and no Brjálaður are destroyed. Crumble, where the loser's Brjálaður crumble to dust. And lastly, Claim, where the victorious player may claim a predetermined Brjálaður or multiple Brjálaður from the defeated. Today, in the common time, Brjálaður balls is a Nordirland-wide household staple, as ubiquitous as playing cards and dice here on Earth, played by adults and children alike. It is as common to see a game on a playground as it is in the seedy taverns down on the docks of the Sulet. The Brjálaður Balls Championships, held annually on the grounds of the Quincorp Brjálaður Balls Factory and Museum, is an extravaganza that draws players and spectators from across Nordirland. As for what happened to Lady Jess Quinn and her children, that is a tale for another time. For now, we come to the end. But before I wrap this up, I will leave you with this tip. If you're ever in the Nordirland and someone asks you if you clay, don't worry, they just want to play a round of Brjálaður balls with you. That is all for this time. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for future lore guides, and thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.